Number 3, the 19 things they don't teach in real estate school is everybody's favorite topic, lead generation. You have to lead generate, which simply means having consistent conversations every single day with people about real estate. So let's take a closer look at what it means when I say lead generating for 2 to 3 hours a day. There's probably a lot of thoughts going on in your mind right now when you're probably picturing sitting behind a desk for 2 or 3 hours a day, locked in a room, in a dungeon, cold calling, constantly on the phone. But I have news for you. Most ways of lead generation are not that. Now you could certainly do that if that's your choice, but there's many different ways to do this as well. There's 1,001 ways that can be considered lead generation. The point is finding what works for you and playing to your strengths versus worrying about your weakness. But I don't really care about how you lead generate. What I care about is making sure that you understand what lead generation is, and that it needs to be a consistent activity in your daily routine. Does it have to be 2 or 3 hours a day? No, not necessarily. What you do need to figure out is what are your goals and reverse engineer that into how many specific conversations you need to have per day and time blocking that into your schedule. So maybe it's 10 conversations, and whether that takes you 2 or 3 hours actually becomes irrelevant. As long as you get this 10 conversations in, it could be an hour. And for most people that typically find it, maybe that's an hour or hour and a half of lead generation, not necessarily 2 or 3 hours. So the actual point of what we're doing with lead generation is not able to say we did it and have somebody pat us in the back. Hey, look, you're your own boss, and every single day we wake up, we're unemployed. Think about that. So you got to go hunt for and find the business. So taking 2 or 3 hours each day, I know for some of you that might not be enough. But the reality is lead generation until you get the appointments you need. And that's really the point. Whether it takes you 1 phone call, 3 hours, or the entire day, just set a goal for how many appointments you need each week. And come hell or high water, hold yourself to the goal, because everything else doesn't matter. Everything else is a distraction, because the one thing that is the engine of your business and your life is right here every single day. That's got to be part of your daily habits, consistent daily habits. Let's get that down. Now, have you heard of the 80-20 principle? This is also known as Pareto's law, which suggests that 20% of your activities actually create or are responsible for 80% of your results. And this is the 80-20 thing that's all around us. You guys, go in your closet right now and think about it. I bet out of all the clothes in your closet, you wear 20% of those. Am I right? Come on. It's just all around us in all aspects of life. In real estate, it stands to the reason that it's no different. So what is the 80-20 principle in real estate? What is the 20% that's going to get you there? Your real estate agent job description is the following 5 items every day, every working day that you're in this business. Number 1, lead generate, which again just simply means have conversations. Go make friends with people. Number 2, every day, you also need to follow up on your leads. And in other words, show interest in the people that you're nurturing. Number 3 is go on an appointment every day. Number 4, negotiate contracts every day. And number 5, script and role play. Practice what you say and how you handle objections. You're thinking on numbers 3 and 4 and say, well, I don't have any appointments. I don't have any contracts to negotiate. Well, great. You have one of 2 options. Option 1 is you continue to lead generate your face off until you do have some, or blend that with number 5, where you practice it and you role play it. Get with a partner and act as if you have an appointment. Practice your listing presentation. Pretend you're negotiating terms with somebody. Familiarize yourself with the process and don't just make it a role play. I want you to make it real. Get as real and as raw as it has to be, as if you were in the moment with an actual client. Those 5 things represent your top 20%. And that is a model, not a menu. You don't get to choose certain days what you feel like doing. Did you go to work today or did you not? If you can honestly check those 5 boxes, great. You went into work today regardless if you have a paycheck or not. When you're trusted with handling some of people's largest investments of their life, would you hire yourself based on your own work ethic? And what if you showed up from your previous job and said, I really don't feel like working today? How long do you think that would last? You get fired so fast, so why is this any different now that you're an independent contractor in business for yourself? A lot of people go into this business for freedom, flexibility, and financial gain. But unfortunately, they stop at freedom and flexibility, and they take advantage of that so much that they never get to the financial gain that they sought after, because they abuse the system. I don't want to start preaching, so let's just break this down for you one last time. If you're going to go by the 2 to 3 hour recommendation, here's what the breakdown could look like. The first 30 minutes are prep time. This is where you can do some script practice and role play. This may be gathering your call sheets, addresses, whatever lead generation method you're doing for the day. It's just prepping. This also could include pulling up your MLS sheets and looking at market stats. Seeing what is a hot sheet for the new listings, that counts. The next 2 hours are actually doing the activity, and then the final 30 minutes, follow up with everybody. So let's just say, for the sake of an example, here on a Saturday, we're doing an open house. Well, you're gonna wake up in the morning and you're gonna prepare. Not to say you didn't prepare throughout the weekend, of course, but you're gonna prepare that day. Rehearse your scripts. How do you greet people? Do you have all your lead sheets ready, available, and all that stuff? You're gonna do your prep work, and then let's just pretend it's a 2-hour open house. Maybe it's advertised from 1 to 3. So this is the lead generation. And then you take an extra 30 minutes after the open house is done and collect the sign-in information. Input them in your database, do your handwritten notes, make your follow-up calls, and email them saying, hey, how great it was to meet them at the open house, and how eager you are to meet them again. There it is. That counts as your 2 to 3 hours. But as long as you're advancing your business forward, who cares what counts or what someone else is considered lead generation? As long as you know it's an income generating activity that could lead to the results you're looking for. That's all that matters. So if you have any questions or maybe need help reverse engineering your goals, reach out to me and stay tuned for my next video, number 4 of the 19 things we don't teach in real estate school. Find an accountability partner or coach.